Yeah, I think it's a fine pick. It also gives you, pseudo disable, disrupting someone. It's not exactly a disable, but you move them out of the fight. You can target someone else. And Beastcoast, let's see. Terrorblade becomes less viable because of this guy. Naga Siren, PL feel roughly the same. Naga Siren not so much, but PL for sure. Is it gonna be TA? I mean, we talked about TA a bunch of times. Come on, Jim Park.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't TA suffer a fair bit from the Shadow Demon though? Once it gets the ult on top of him, it's like quite difficult for the TA to really do what she wants to do.
I don't think there's any hero that enjoys having the Shadow Demon's ultimate on them, to be fair.
True. Very true.
It's like, because I was like, what about PA? And I was thinking, well, PA jumps in and gets the effect, and she also really doesn't like it. So, PA, TA, or are they going to go for some other ranged damage source? 2 seconds, and who's it gonna be? They go for the PA. All right. And I was like, both of them, we mentioned them, and they go for the PA at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the times that they've ran this sort of playstyle in the past, like on Gym Park, they have done some relatively early rotations through the Twin Gate, like with Gym Park actually going into the off lane and looking for actions. So could be seeing that again. Obviously, the Sven's going to be a little bit of a beefier target, but could just be 3 kills onto Puppey.
By the way, it's going to be the mid Mars and the offlane Primal Beast, like you called it. I felt very confident they're going to put it the other way around, but no, DarkMago is going to be playing on this Mars, which is nice because you get that early arena, allowing you to get people, jump on people around the map. And I like the PA up against the Coddle as well as the Shadow Demon. These are two heroes not known for being very durable, easy for the PA to kill them. The problem is, though, you mentioned the Shadow. His demonic purge, I think it hurts melee heroes a lot more than ranged heroes. Because ranged heroes, you can just sort of sit back, do your damage, but melee heroes, when you're caught with it, it's not great. PA luckily has blink strike, so it's more acceptable for her.
Yeah, it might just have to be a case of blink striking out, waiting for that duration to end, and then maybe trying to re-engage perhaps. So we'll have to just wait and see. As this is the result of the Twitch vote. 64% there for Secret, 36% for Beastcoast. So, I mean, slightly leaning towards Secret, but not overwhelming by any means.
Yeah, I'd feel this. I think I disagree. I'm gonna go with Beastcoast, at least on game 1. I do think Sumail should have a decent time because he's on his signature, like his literally signature hero. There's no other one you can think of when you think of Sumail. But I do think the sidelines should go fairly well for Beastcoast. I believe that this PA is going to get giga farmed and just one-shot supports. Sven might be a problem, but as we've seen before, Secret does not prioritize Crystallis as much as I'd say Beastcoast prioritizes Parker. So if the carry matchup, while I like the Sven more, I think the PA is going to come out ahead in this one.
Okay, yeah, we'll see if that does actually end up going down, of course. Maybe they might also be able to get some like early kills onto Sumail. Like if DarkMago is able to hit 6 before Sumail does, they could maybe go for like an arena play, get a free kill, and maybe start trying to snowball off of that. But obviously that's hard to predict. It all comes down to who's getting most denies and everything, and we'll just have to wait and see what the outcome of that is going to be. But it looks like actually the odds in general have changed a bit, favoring Secret a little bit more there since seeing that draft.
I'm surprised. I don't know. I'm surprised. I know that they got Sven, they got Storm Spirit, and like that's really good for them. But I didn't think that it would change by that much. Still, good luck to both teams. We'll see how it's gonna go. And we have the same observer as before. It's shout out to him. He's been awesome this entire tournament.
He has. I mean, some people say that he misses some things, but I don't think many people have tried being an observer in Dota 2, man. It's a lot harder than it looks. There's so many things you have to be looking at. It's a difficult job. Meanwhile,
I remember. Oh well, can we go Sumail?
Okay, he's not going to step up. He's fine.
The biggest X factor that I can think of for Beastcoast is how is Scofield going to perform with the Nyx Assassin? We haven't seen this here very often. We don't really like. We assume he's going to do fair. Oh wait, yamich.
He's TPing out. Takes a bit of pressure though.
Start through those tankers. Yeah, he's gonna go, but he's gonna go with like half health, half mana because he had to use the disruption and TP as away. So a little bit of mana being used there. That disruption means that obviously it's typical to see disruption big level 1, but that means you're not gonna be able to harass with shadow poison as well.
Yeah, going to be a little bit difficult there. But I don't think there's really too much pressure Secret are going to be able to apply to Jim Park in this lane. It's like, obviously, once the couple of points start going into his iron shells, it can be a bit of a nuisance. But in terms of actual general harassment, not going to be quite as easy as Sacred and Crystallis just going to be trading some blows.
And in general, both the bottom lane, both teams want a magic stick, right? On one side you have Shadow to Poison, on the other hand side you have like the Thunder Strike as well as Stifling Dagger spam. So Magic Stick going to be a premium item down here, and we already see Yamich has his as well as FBZ.
Yeah, yeah, like you mentioned, it's going to be a valued item no matter who you are on this lane. Lots of free charges, free mana, looking pretty good. As how is this mid lane currently going down? Looks like Sumail just with a slight lead, 7-3 compared to the 5-1 there of DarkMago. Expecting to see this dynamic change all too much as levels start piling on?
I don't know exactly. To be frank with you, I think at bottom lane, FBZ takes a bit of damage, but will he be alright? And I think he's dead.
Yeah, glimpse backwards, dragging it backward in, but it's actually going to be
So
first
close.
blood going over towards Yamich there. Literally down to milliseconds, but even still, Secret with that first blood is nice, but then at the trade, Jim Park gets the solo experience.
It's a bit unfortunate, right? Because he throws out the glimpse, and that means that Parker has to walk a little bit to get the damage off when he already threw the slow on. So he could have been able to get the kill that way. Then he's standing next to an Ion Shell target, so slight misplay coming out from Disruptor, but not the biggest deal. You know, trade for 1-for-1, your carry gets the kill, it's okay. But yeah, in the mid lane, I think Sumail will continue being a little bit ahead just because it's a ranged hero. It's hard for the Mars to get close without eating the stack remnant. Both should be able to farm though.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll see if anyone tries to get overly aggressive once this level 6 come out. I mean, definitely could be seeing some rotations from either supports on either side, it feels. Like, definitely the capabilities to get involved here in this mid.
Yeah. Well, bottom lane. Yeah, I think bottom lane will go in favor of Beastcoast though as the levels come out. You can't really Ion Shell the Shadow Demon, so he's not the best partner for the Darkseer, you know? Like, it's not one to think, oh my god, Shadow Demon and Darkseer, that's a scary combination. That should be fairly okay for Beastcoast. And they have the ways to counter the Surge with the Glimpse.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's already reflected that in terms of the actual CS, 14-7 for Jim Park, where it's only 9-3 right now for FBZ, so they are struggling a bit. Meanwhile, trying to apply a bit of pressure there to Crystallis, but easily able to put a stop to that with a quick Stormhammer to the face.
Yeah, well, bottom lane is heavily in favor of Beastcoast. Top lane a little bit more even, you know, 12-4 to 11-3. So yeah, a couple of creeps going Team Secret's way, but not a big deal at all.
And not all we got mid. DarkMago, we got very low there. That looked dicey.
He's going to go for the Soul Ring as well. Oh, Scofield's here.
Alright, doing some damage there. And actually the turnaround is in, and spear to the face kills Sumail. Alright, ends up being a fantastic rotation there from Scofield.
And if you want to DarkMago, he's got the ball, and they're protecting both Water Ruins. It looks like he's gonna get them, so he's gonna be full up. I was worried about him, you know, going for the Soul Ring without much health to spare, but when he has it, by the time it arrives, he's gonna be full on everything. All right, attempt here on Disruptor.
Trying to go that just straight up TP out, but Vacuum puts a stop to that, and now Stinger is gone for 15 seconds and has to walk himself back to this lane. Maybe that's an opportunity for this off lane from Secret to harass Jim Park a bit.
In the meantime, by the way, because of that kill mid lane, we can expect that DarkMago is going to hit 6 before Sumail, which means at some point Sumail might consider sort of jungling to make sure that he doesn't get killed when the arena's up. Alright, Puppey.
Puppey and Scofield both taking the gate right now, as Okasugi wanted to try and come down to the spot lane to look for a kill, considering how there was no disruptor. But good read from Scofield to scout that out, and that's going to be enough to keep Jim Park nice and safe.
And they decide not to go for the aggressive play under tower, even though we don't expect the disruptor to TP in just because it was cancelled. There's still other people on DarkMago. Again, low health. Like, Sumail's been doing an amazing job just harassing him, despite a death on Sumail.
Yeah, doing well. Meanwhile, Yamich, 3 heroes on top of him. Disruption maybe only going to delay his death as a glimpse drags him back on in. FBC coming over, but Disruptor's not really going to be able to make too much difference. Maybe they get the counter kill here onto Stinger, but nice static field. He's going to be okay. He gets off, and now maybe FBC isn't changing. He has level 0 Surge. But with the 2 points into Iron Shell, it's a bit too risky for Jim Park.
Can they get a glimpse of? Do you really want to? The guy's got a Vanguard. He is not easy to kill. He actually gets it as he walks there. And by the way, you call it static field. It's kinetic field. I know that there are a lot of people who will get anal about mispronouncing any word.
That they will.
So
that they will.
It's kinetic field. It's static storm. That's the ultimate. So.
But what if I call it kinetic storm as the ultimate? Is that not a good compromise?
3 people will literally lose their mind if that happens.
Without a doubt. But looks like Sumail trying to go for this kill, but good read there from Sacred, gets the charge out, but still plenty of resources right now. Sumail's going to carry on the charge. This Sacred is a tanky old boy, turning around. Lots of damage on towards Crystallis right now. Scofield is involved, and it's actually the Sven who dies first. Eventually Sacred dies, but that's really nice there for Beastcoast.
The healing Lotus. You know, he's got healing Lotus, he had the Vanguard, he had a couple of magic stick charges. I think Stinger's probably going to be losing his life. Yeah. But you don't really care too much for Beastcoast. You're able to kill the Sven on the other side of the map. And Crystallis only had 30 CS. Do we have any stacks on Team Secret?
I'm not too sure. Feels like I've seen Puppey sticking around a lot. Okay. Only one that Sumail made for himself. Yeah, not too great at all.
And you can bet your bottom dollar that he didn't do that one for Crystallis. You know, he's stacking it for himself.
Definitely not. Well, FPC may be in danger as the TP's coming in there from the Primal, but it was a long old TP. But even still, the surge is over. Maybe FPC's life as well. Wow. Even an arena get involved. Wow, this is a lot of hate for this Darks there. Damn.
They do not want him to have a good time here. But Secret actually, despite losing someone, snatch the net worth advantage because there's such a commitment. All 3 Beastcoast scores were there. So, yeah, FBZ dies, but it's costly. Crystallis, he is a little behind on Jim Park, and that's a bit scary. You remember, Jim Park doesn't even have Battle Fury yet, so he doesn't have his farm accelerator.
Give it time. He'll have to iron up, and then he really will become a farming beast. And it's going to be down to whether if Crystallis can, you know, naturally outpace the PA. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, battle for the 8-minute rune is going to be an arcane. Sumail's actually distracted up top. He has no mana left. Only 4 stick charges, but it's on cooldown for 8 seconds. He's just dead as DarkMago charging in, but actually Puppey's there with the chakram, keeps him going. Can he now get back and also pick up that arcane rune though? That's the question.
Looks like he's got people protecting. Yamich is there protecting it for him, so and DarkMago hoping to get with the very tip of the spear, but he doesn't. It looks like Sumail will get the ball refilled. Nice move by the supports. You know, yeah, Puppey keeping him alive, and Yamich making sure he gets the ruin.
Yeah, pretty big. Sports definitely coming in clutch here in that situation for sure. Meanwhile, bottom tier 1 tower has been taken out 8.5 minutes in. So good solid pressure Secret been able to apply in this offlane area. And as a result, maybe we might see Jim Park's farm slow down a little bit, how he has a bit less space to work with.
That's true. But then again, the tower was denied, so in terms of gold, it doesn't change. And it's like bottom tier 1 Radiant. It's not the biggest deal in the world. You know, you can still just teleport to the outpost if you need to.
Definitely. Meanwhile,
what can they?
Yeah, trying to see if they can find Crystallis, but fortunate enough for him, he does completely run in the opposite direction from them, so he's going to stay alive here. Ends up just being a bit of wasted time for DarkMago. Not going to get that high priority kill.
And FBZ, he is farming on the enemy side of the map. I like that a lot. Trying to make sure that when Jim Park moves around, you can't find creeps. But Jim Park, so far, hasn't really been affected by this. And if you look at it, all the cores in this game are farming fairly well. Among the supports, also very even, with only Stinger a little behind everyone else. But in terms of net worth, like, this is dead even. As dead even as it can get.
It is. We see Crystallis as well. Can he get this ancient stack off? Looks like he will turn that into a triple stack.
Oh, no.
Oh, he didn't get it off. Oh, it must be like right on the edge, very close. The small camp stacked, but not really the one he wanted.
That's fine, right? Getting that one is decent enough. Would love to land that son. Oh, here we go.
Sumail getting aggressive. Maybe that's a mistake. There's going to be the disruption saved there from yamich. And no one else is really there in time to make any difference whatsoever. So Sumail's going to be really careful. But he has a regen rune, so actually, who cares? He's going to be back up to a nice, healthy point.
I think because the DarkMago threw out the spear earlier, he wasn't able to combo very well with the Nyx Assassin. But it's not the biggest deal. The question now becomes, if we go ultra late, which team is going to be happier? Uh, that's a bit of a tough one, but I think I like Beastcoast just because their cores are a little bit more durable. You know, you got Mars, Primal Beast, PA. Secret feels a little easier to bring down.
Yeah, and we've seen as well, no matter how some tanky people feel, once there's a PA critting you in the face in the late parts of the game, you just disappear. It can get pretty damn devastating. Let's see Crystallis farming up this stack for himself, and as a result, he's no longer bottom farm core, and he's immediately second. Nice jump.
I like it. Yeah. Good to see him doing well. Meanwhile, DarkMago gets hit by the demonic purge, but unless something else is going to happen, he should be okay here.
Yeah, literally nothing. Just no follow-up whatsoever to be seen. Sumail is here now, but nothing really that he can do, especially when all of the supports on the side of Beastcoast are nearby. I mean, those Shadow Poison stacks did a lot of work.
Scofield, he's walking around hoping someone jumps in so he can use the spike carapace, but no one does. And we're just kind of casually farming for both sides. Again, I like this Sven versus PA matchup in favor of this Sven. Not only does he have a lot of armor and durability, but Warcry for his team is insane.
Yeah.
But Jimpark's ahead. In terms of other ones, I do feel like PA can just jump on the call and Shadow Demon burst them down regardless. I don't think she cares.
No, I expect we're probably going to see some relatively early Ghost Scepters coming out from Puppey and Yamich. Just have the extra tool to survive. Obviously, Yamich can always do a disruption himself to try and keep themselves alive, but it's nice when you have a whole extra tool to work with, you know?
I think Puppey actually queued up the Ghost Scepter first item after Tranquil Boots, you know? And it's like, yeah, it doesn't have it now. We'll see if he wants to go for it. On Storm Spirit, what does he want? He wants to go for the Orchid. Silence is really good. Great against the Disruptor, but if you go on the Nyx Assassin, he might be able to throw the Spike Carapace, and it's very annoying. Nyx Assassin's like a tough hero to deal with.
Yeah, he is. Always a very, very elusive one. Meanwhile, it was Battle Fury completed now for Jim Park, so we're going to start seeing that farmer speed of the PA accelerating a fair bit. Probably will just equal to that of the Sven, because Crystallis was last place, and now he is only a couple of hundred gold behind that of the PA. But yeah, it seems how they have pretty much identical farming mechanics with the iron pickup. Imagine we probably won't see too much of an advantage gain for either one.
Bit scared for Stinger being only level 5 for 13 minutes. Of course, he's going to get the Wisdom Rune. He's going to hit level 6 because of that. But it is a very late level 6 on Disruptor. Oh,
jump from Sumail. Spike Carapace, though. We'll get the stun. The Impale not actually there in time. Sumail will be fine.
Level 1 Spike Carapace. What is it, like 0.4? So I was like, yeah, it's not easy to land. They want to smoke. They do want to do something aggressive here for and yeah, it's 0.4. Very. It's kind of charitable to call that stun.
Yeah, at this point it is 100% a mini stun, without a doubt. But
dude, Lucid Beam was 0.6 and it was called a mini stun. Remember, it was like 0.6 and this was 0.4. They're like, it's a stun. Yeah, so if you say so.
Yeah. Very true. But yeah, smoke move was there from Beastcoast, but not able to find anybody this time around. But instead, it looks like Secret are going to be the ones to try and make something happen. They found the grab onto DarkMago. Yeah, it's still pretty tanky for now. Gets the purge off. Sumail controlled, and there's no way for him to escape. That extorts too damn much. Crystallis now getting involved, but
nice
Glimpse pushing him backwards right now, keeping Sacred going. Pulverizes in, only allowed one connection. And eventually he does just get ran down. Doesn't feel like Beastcoast want to continue to stay. Jim Park's still very healthy, but Crystallis with this God Strike do a lot of work. Good spear, making the space for the PA to survive. It looks like the call for Beastcoast is to try and retreat. The Secret, they want to get another kill if they can. Scofield's going to be just that. DarkMago as well, slowed from the Cottle, can't go anywhere, and it ends up being 3 kills for them. They do lose the Storm, but even still, it's a favorable trade.
Huge. When you get 2 cores and support. The fight started off so well for Beastcoast. The arena was able to make sure Yamich can't save Sumail. You get a nice static storm on top of him. Sorry, static field on top of him. Looks. I mean, I thought Beastcoast had that fight in the bag, but as the fight kept going, we saw the Yamich disruption saves. He throws out the ultimate on Jim Park, which we mentioned. Demonic Purge, very annoying for a melee hero. And Jim Park got controlled. And despite that, PA is still the top net worth, but Crystallis nipping at his heels right now.
It is, yeah. The whole squad now with a nice little, well, teeter in between 2 to 3k gold advantage at this point. So definitely got a bit of momentum on their side right now. We'll see if they can keep it, as Sumail still trying to finish off his Orchids. How far away is he? About 1,000 gold, not too far.
Yeah, not too bad,
Yeah.
not too bad. Jim Park, once he gets the BKB though, it'll be very hard for Secret to control him. Demonic Purge comes up, but other than that, he can just jump around. That's what he's thinking of. He is queuing up the BKB first item.
Oh, maybe Stinger in danger right now. Crystallis charged on top of him. Storm plus the spear holding him back, but it doesn't even matter. They still find the kill into Stinger. Sumail diving in deep, couldn't get run out of mana. Comes through, but unfortunately he just has no resources left. He's still going to be A-OK. It's Sacred stuck amongst 5 heroes and will eventually get brought down. The other 2 just ran away as fast as they could.
This is why I feel like Sven's better than Gyrocopter. He is so damn durable. You've got some lifesteal on you. You're naturally tanky. He ate a pulverize, an arena, and a static field, and he was still fine with it.
Yeah. Perfectly fine. Just tanked it all through the world, and now as a result, the other 2 cores inside of Beastcoast are starting to not drop off, but slowing down on their farm. But it is still Jim Park comfortably in that first position for now. I'm sure if Secret could find him, they would love that. Instead, they found FBZ, just burn away all of his mana. What the hell can this guy do? Actually, Optistiki's still okay for now. The rest of Secret are nearby, but Secret charging him forwards with the pulverize, controls the Sumail, keep him going for as long as possible. It's just not enough. He will still fall. Jim Park is now actually involved right now. He's got to be careful. He's trying to retreat. Sumail is just relentlessly pursuing him. Eventually, he will still fall. Crystallis is also here. But it looks like everyone else on Beastcoast have been able to retreat successfully, but losing their carry is still massive.
And yamich again with a disruption. It wasn't enough to keep FBZ alive, but I'm kind of surprised that Sacred did not decide to use the pulverize on yamich. I think he used it on FBZ. I think he's gonna get the kill, but that did not come out at all. And we also saw, the Nyx Assassin miss his stun on Sumail. So Jim Park joining these fights, it hasn't really panned out for him. You know, he went from being 1,000 gold ahead of Crystallis to being behind.
Yeah, we were mentioning like at the end of the draft, before they have chosen to play this PA quite aggressively, like going to the side lanes, but definitely not really panning out this time. But you know, he's still definitely up there. Plenty of opportunities for him to carry on his farm and become real scary for the Sven to deal with later on. It all depends whether a Secret can still carry on trying to find this Jim Park and shut him down.
The problem is that you're also playing 3 melee cores against like Darkseer, you know, against Sven, where it's going to be very easy. Scofield. Oh, that's it.
Okay, yeah, a lot of damage comes through. Jim Park with a quick delete. Sumail was not expecting that. Try and run away with the kinetic field, locking him in place right now, trying to do what he can. Secret charging on through, wants to get on top of Puppey, but nice blinded light pushes him back. FBZ still very, very tanky because of that Pipe of Insight. Pulverize now locking him down. Storm as well. He's trying to run himself out that one. And Stinger actually sends on dropping the Illusion Army, man. FBZ still
Crystallis on the way.
Another surge, get himself out. Sven trying to turn up right now, but so many pokers on. Here is Crystallis. Stormhammer will lock down Sacred to get the kill. And Beastcoast, every single time they try and make something happen, it's just not going too great. I mean, they did kill Sumail still. And maybe even more. The DarkMago here, good arena to get the grab. Still, Sven is very, very tanky. They don't have damage to get it. Not just going to be there for Yamich. Jim Park immediately jumps over the Shadow Demon to try and push it back. DarkMago is in, quick rebuke to the face, getting the kill, spear as well, locking down on towards Puppey. DarkMago is getting poked at from Crystallis, but still he's quite tanky himself, surviving for a pretty long time. Can he get out? No, he can't. He will die.
This, by the way, like the difference between Yamich's impact and Scofield right now. Again, Yamich saves Crystallis, and on Scofield, he misses the stun on Sven. But after the disruption came out, Crystallis was able to blink away at that time. Like, you gotta take out the Shadow Demon first. I feel like Beastcoast, they're thinking, oh, we can kill FBZ, we can kill Sven. It's like, no. You gotta kill Shadow Demon first, and then you can work on one or the other. And he's very fragile. He's just been positioning himself so well.
Yeah. I mean, there is a Escalator in the hands of Jim Park now. Did he have that at the start of that fight, or did he just complete it?
I think he just completed it, actually.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it.
No, yeah. There's too much happening. It's hard to notice when he has that. But even still, a tier 2 tower gone at 20 minutes in here in favor of Secret. 6k gold lead right now. So definitely building up the lead a fair amount. But it's still Jim Park top farm, man. This guy will find creeps and gold no matter what. Oh, yeah, he definitely had it, by the way. He's got 4 charges.
Okay, he does. So like he wasn't going to go for the BKB. He had them both queued up. He had the mithril hammer, so it could have gone either way. But he's like, nope, I want the damage. That's fine. If he can get, he's gonna get the BKB fairly soon as well. So once he gets it, it should be fine. Only Demonic Purge will be able to control him.
Yeah. And I think that is going to be target number one there for Yamich. If he can try and see Jim Park, drop that onto him as soon as possible. Maybe they get the kill. Meanwhile, have spotted Sacred. Long zip there for Sumail to get on top of him. Mana coming back through from Puppey, so he's still going to be able to carry on coming through. And just all the damage there from Yamich just destroys Sacred at the end of the day. Jim Park does manage to retreat in time. He will be fine.
Yeah, DarkMago though, I mean, he's behind Sumail and so is like so is Sacred. He's not having a good time either. You look at the supports on Team Secret; they're almost as farmed as the cores.
Yeah.
You know, Puppey's sitting at 7,000 and Sacred's at 8. This is very scary. What's the win percentage? What were we looking at here?
70%.
Yep, that.
Yeah, quite nicely favoured Secret. I'd say that's probably about accurate in my opinion. I'd agree.
Yule Scepter is finished up on Scofield, which is going to allow him either to remove the silence from the Orchid or at least set himself up for his own stun. So that's a nice item to get. But in general, Scofield hasn't looked too comfortable with the next assassin, apart from that lovely gank at the beginning on Sumail.
Yeah, I agree. And they sort of dropped off a small amount, but with this item completed and a smoke immediately used, they were trying to hunt for somebody, but doesn't really look like they could fully decide on which direction they want to go. So instead, it's just the two supports heading down towards this bottom part of the map. Feels like they need a core if they find any chance to get a kill here.
Puppey continuing to farm here. Look what he's going to be building. And yeah, that's the BKB finished on the PA. You would love to now jump on Yamich. You'd love... Puppey, not the best. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Sumail did it again.
Big kill to find, immediately removing him from the equation. Crystallis maybe thinking about getting a jump on towards Jim Park, but immediately the call from Secret is just to back out. They do not want to put themselves in a 5 versus 4. Glimpses there, but nice disruption. Keeping FBZ in a safe spot. Slaxon comes out connected, so not going to get the lockdown. He will be okay. Nick's Assassin as well, trying to do work on Crystallis, but instead he just ends up dropping down. Troll as well on towards DarkMago with the destruction. Now pop the control off Crystallis in place. Can he actually fly through? He's taking a lot of damage from Jim Park, who's getting 3 right clicks, but instead they can't kill the Sven fast enough. They both die. Stinger attempting a TP out will not be successful, and the only survivor is DarkMago.
It's kind of baffling to me how many times they seem to focus on FBZ and ignore Yamich. And this one is another one. They glimpse FBZ. Obviously, the only person they caught, maybe they assumed that other people were like not in the area, but they go for him. FBZ's got Crimson Guard, Guardian Greaves, and Pipe of Insight. You're not gonna get him. And Beastcoast, this has cost them so many times. Okay, he doesn't have Guardian Greaves, he only has the mech, but it has been just very wishful thinking by Beastcoast to continue going for him time and time again, especially when 2 of your cores are quite underfarmed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a case of maybe they thought he was a bit abandoned by his team a bit more than he had, but it was not the case. And so he found a free grab on towards DarkMago, thinking he was safe farming up, but quickly punished there. So now 13,000 gold lead for Secret at 24 minutes in. They've got a fresh Aegis into the hands of Sumail, which is massive for him because he's been picked off at the start of these fights quite a few times now.
If you're Beastcoast, you might not be able to fight. Oh, he's got queued up the Agam Scepter followed by Divine Rapier on Jim Park. I think it might be a little early for the Divine myself, but we'll see if he goes for it. He will need a Nullifier at some point, though. Removing the Surge, removing the Ghost Scepters. It feels like he really needs it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's too many items he needs, but maybe not the time and gold to actually get them. We will see. Obviously, it all depends on how quickly Team Secret want to try and push their advantage and maybe just pressure them out as quickly as possible.
It's not that many items. He just needs to get a Aghanim Scepter, Nullifier, Divine Rapier. Is it? Not asking much for the guy here. 3 items.
Yeah, you know, that's perfectly doable in the next 10 minutes. I don't know. But, I mean, yeah, even still, these fights have begun absolutely terribly. You can look at Jim Park's net worth, and he's only 500% behind Crystallis. So this guy really just showcasing that no matter what situation he's in this game, he can always find farm.
He is. He's doing a fantastic job with it. They just need to get their hands on the yamich. If they get their hands on the yamich, they could take these fights.
Well, trying to get this free kill on towards Stinger. The Glimmer Cape will end. Maybe his life. The Glim is just going to delay. Actually, DarkMago coming in there, trying to get the spear connection onto Sumail, but it's just not quite on point. And instead, he has to go for the BKB TP away. So, unfortunately, couldn't really make much happen there. Lose their support, cost them an ultimate and the BKB charge. And his Secret now just going to run down mid or something.
Meanwhile, Gym Park just farming up. And it's not like he's cutting creeps too much, and that's one of the things, by the way, about Coddles, that he can make sure one of the creeps are just pushing in. The hero's fantastic at that, and I do like what we saw Sacred do in that situation. Even though jumping in was not like there's no risk for him. He can BKB goes out, maybe he saves Stinger, so it was nice. Oh, Coddles bringing someone. Scofield.
Yes. Okay, he will die here. Maybe that's going to be enough to keep Gym Park alive. Don't know if Secret is still going to try and hunt Yamich, thinking he's nearby, but the wise TP out in the trees. The PA will be safe. You know, sacrificial position, poor support, you know, standard stuff. They're always going to throw their lives away for their cause.
Never, never. Our lives are too valuable. And maybe you should farm in safer spots.
Maybe. But it looks like AC now completed for Crystallis, coming out on the courier. So extra way of tanking up the rest of his teammates against this PA. More attack speed as well is always a bonus.
Yeah, I was about to say, he might consider getting the shards for the passive armor. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get the shards. Which goes so much towards reducing PA's damage. I think like 6 armor gives you something like, what, 30% physical damage mitigation? Yeah, it's just wild.
That is huge. Ag's now up for Gym Park. Do you think that's really going to make too much difference in these fights? Because I mean, like, it seems like they're struggling to get kills to even refresh his skills. So, let's see how impactful it's going to be. I
don't know. I thought I might be considering going for the shard earlier than that. Oh, mid lane, DarkMago. I blinked.
Yeah, he's gone, man. Dies way too quickly when there's that many people collapsing on top of his face. I mean, God Strength was also used for that. And Secret charging over to the left jungle. They're thinking that the Tormentor was up. Maybe they just wanted to get another free shard.
At this point, Yamich is going to overtake DarkMago in net worth and probably Sacred as well after that. It's really the Gym Park show. It is so much on. Oh, Gym Park!
Thinking of, has been caught BKB TP out, but the right click's coming in from Crystallis. He missed 3 times in a row, and that will be enough to allow the PA to escape. Can't say the same for Stinger, of course, but again, supports are going to die for their carries.
That one's well worth it. You know, plus he's a position 5. They're much more expendable.
They are.
And Aghanim Shard finished on the PA. He's going to go for the Nullifier next. So you remember when we said he only needs like Aghanim, Scepter, Shard, and Nullifier? He's got 2 out of 3.
Feeling good. There's also BKB now up for Sumail. His age is about to end, so not really able to get too much use out of that. With the free regen, he'll go just zip around pointlessly, you know. Soul Spirit things. Meanwhile, oh, nice vacuum wall on towards Move. DarkMago, they're going to get the re-engage with the arena. Locked down FBC, but there's not really too much pull-up damage right now. Sumail taking a beating, just barely able to retreat. Crystallis wants to get involved, but he hasn't popped his God Strength yet. Trying to hold on for as long as possible. No one actually ends up falling down in this engagement.
Did you see the Fan of Knives damage? He dropped in and like everybody lost a lot of health on it. But, you know, if you're a Beastcoast, you don't have an arena, you pulverize will be up in a couple of seconds, but it seems Secret, they're fine. They got God Strength. They're ready to go.
Yeah, straight on in. Poor old DarkMago, not a chance to survive that one. Tier 2 gone as well. Looks like maybe Secret thinking about going high ground right now. There is a buyback for the Mars, but no arena to use even if he does.
Static Storm is up if he wants to go for it, but it doesn't have Aghanim Scepter, so he can still BKB for Crystallis.
Oh, jumped over Gym Park. Focus on FP speed, trying to do the damage right now. They'll also control. Pulverize cancelled immediately after only 1 connection. As a result, Sacred is dead. Scofield barely able to run away, but Gym Park getting focused up with the blur. He will be able to escape. Stinger not so fortunate. DarkMago as well getting focused. He did buyback for this. He's got to be careful. It looks like the call from Secret is to retreat. Glimpse on Sumail, but he has enough mana just about to get the stiff away. Even so, Gym Park trying to cost something here, forcing this retreat from Secret. Maybe they might be comfortable trying to turn around. DarkMago, good spear, lands on towards 2, perfectly placed right now, but still no follow-up to get the kills. Jim Park on top of Sumail, disruption on towards PA, but good arena, gets the grab on towards the storm, denying the tree. DarkMago will eventually die, but Crystallis going down is absolutely massive. FBZ getting low as well, and will fall. So 3 cores dead there for Secret, but that was a lot of buybacks there for Beastcoast.
How much damage did the Jim Park do in that fight? Dude, I'm seeing those Final Blades when he gets the... How much? 8,000! Oh, that is almost half the damage of his team. It did cost them 3 buybacks though, but they cut the net worth deficit by about a third. And Jim Park showing that all you have to do is trust this in this guy. He's going to carry you.
Yeah, he definitely can. I think he's still going for the Divine Rapier as well, just looking for the Sacred Relic. Unless he's swapped up the build, I'm not too sure. We'll see on the replay. There's like... Beastcoast will do. They already expended 3 buybacks. They had to get something big out of this, and yeah, that huge spear from DarkMago was absolutely massive. And like Sumail maybe could have got away, but the arena just blocked him in, guaranteed kill. And apart from that, everyone else just crumbled to pieces.
And of course, by the way, yamich was able to get almost a save on Sumail. Like they're still having trouble sort of focusing him down, but they're getting better at it here. And no, it's Nullifier for the PA, not Divine Rapier. He's got Helm of Iron Will, and I like that, you know, just so that in that previous fight he jumps on Puppey, Puppey goes Scepters, and he's like, okay, that's the last time you're doing that to me.
Yeah, much safer. I like that. It's a hugely better idea. But yeah, he's got it now completed. Courier and Aeon Disc as well for the Knicks is going to be nice to keep him alive.
Puppey might be getting an Aeon Disc as well. I see he's got the Vitality booster, so which is not great once the Nullifier shows up.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. But yeah, Roshan number 2, 25 seconds away. We'll be on the Radiant side. Both teams are realizing it could be up any second right now, and as a result, we're going to get engaged with Scofield's Aeon Disc though is there, but unfortunately it doesn't really last too long. He will still die. Disruptions cancelled, pulverize, arena, wall, everything is being committed. Jim Park still trying to focus on yamich, and it looks like the Disruptor will be able to survive. Sacred goes for a TP out. Jim Park's going to have to do the same. Barely, it does complete before that hammer was about to come out there for Crystallis. Looks like they might get a freebie onto Stinger. If they can catch him, trying to go for the TP. He's gone as well.
Very, very close. But at the end, yeah, Beastcoast, they lose what? Nyx Assassin? But the bigger problem is that Roshan is up, and Nyx Assassin will be up in 10 seconds. And Team Secret, I think that God's Strength is going to be, yeah, he's worn off. So this could be an opening if Beastcoast can get there in time. It's not the fastest Roche without it.
It doesn't look like they're too interested in doing that though, all on the wrong side of the map. And yeah, like you mentioned, it is pretty damn slow, but yeah, not any chance Beastcoast can even attempt to contest this one.
They know they'd have vision disadvantage by doing that, so they decided to go for the safer play. And in the end, you know, that fight in the jungle didn't really, like in terms of the fight itself, didn't cost them anything except the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. Putting the Aegis as well into the hands of Crystallis rather than Sumail. I'm sure they've probably given, yeah, they're giving him the cheese though, just for the extra bit of mana boost, which is always beneficial. And also trying to build an Axe next, only 1,000 gold away, and then you get that big old electric vortex AoE, which is very nice at controlling people out.
I gotta say it. I mean, I'm surprised that they put the items that way, right? The Aegis on the Sven, the cheese on the Storm. Because most of the times it's kind of the other way around. You know, Sven God Strength has a cheese, whereas if you God Strength and you die with the Aegis, you come back, you don't have it. Same thing with the Storm Spirits. Like you want to die, expand your mana, but if you get perma-stunned, you can't even use the cheese. So interesting.
Oh. And DarkMago. Okay. Will BKB TP. Little jumps on it. He's trying to get this freebie here onto Puppey. Maybe a little bit overzealous, but once again, just the BKB TP away, man. The blur is too damn strong.
That's without the talent for it. Actually, is there an MKB on the Sven? That's going to be an issue for me. He's not a hero that wants to build MKB, but there's still solutions. Get the Silver Edge, get the break off, but not ideal. Not as good as getting an MKB.
Yeah, you know, there's the choice though. The Silver Edge. See if that ends up working out for them. Secret. Okay, not going to go for this high ground. Beastcoast maybe thinking they was like preemptively going to try and go for the kill, but No full connection. But even still, there's Aegis on the go for 3.5 minutes. Ag's actually now complete up for yamich. That's going to be a big one.
By the way, Jim Park almost level 25. So despite the fact that in terms of like net worth, it's fairly even. Crystallis is only level 22. Jim Park, he's gonna get there. We might see those triple daggers coming out very soon. Then, you know, in Team Secret, you're a support. You walk around, the daggers even aimed at you and still gets you.
Yeah, it can be devastating sometimes, especially if he's been very, very kind to Gaben lately, and he's, you know, gonna help him out with his lucky crits. We'll have to just wait and see. So, Aeon Disc coming out for Puppey. The Ags completed for Sumail as well. Surely this is going to be the go time where Secret want to look for either a kill to go into high ground or maybe to shove high ground altogether.
Jim Park's got buyback, and the rest of them are going to have buyback fairly soon, about a minute and a half. Team Secret, yeah, it is feeling like go time, right? Because by the time the buybacks come out, you only have like a minute left of your Aegis. We'll see what they want to do here. They're grouping up.
They're coming over. Just moving as a squad, just in case they find anybody on their own, they can try and get a free kill, but probably not going to be the case. Unless DarkMago lingers by this bottom lane. Instead, they see Sacred, quick blink dagger, and God Strength has now actually been forced out for Crystallis, so it looks like Secret can't really afford to wait around anymore. Might just see him run up to that high ground and start hitting buildings.
Yeah, but half the duration has been used already, but it's not too bad. Oh, big jump! Nice stuff.
But huge impale, basically a ravage right now, but Sumail with his BKB is just going to stand his ground. Eventually the shot is going to go down, but Beastcoast jumping into the backline. Pulverize onto Crystallis, Jim Park as well. Wants to get these kills as quickly as possible. He's having to disengage. Crystallis chasing him down. He's gone for 100. Will actually buy back as well. Not being expended. The TP out from Sacred will get him away. Maybe not going to stay safe for DarkMago. TP. They cancel it and he's gone. No buyback for him either, so it's a 2 versus 4. Can they defend their high ground here?
Very surprising that DarkMago didn't TP out straight away, and Jim Park, again, he goes for Coddle, and what does Yamich do? He saves his friend. It's been such a problem for them. Yamich MVP. Oh dear.
Trying to go right now, making an aggressive jump on towards Jim Park. They can kill this. PA is huge. He's down for 2 minutes now. Sacred might be able to escape, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done. Dieback on the PA is huge. Going to be a full set of barracks in this bot lane for sure. Probably 2 as there's no Mars either. And actually, Secret's decision is go to tier 4s right now. They just want to end. God Strength's up in 4 seconds.
Jim Park, it buys back. It just died back right in front of them. They know that he's not coming back. He's most of their damage anyway. Nothing for Secret to be afraid of. There's no way they can kill Crystallis.
Oh my days. Crystallis just deletes Scofield as he comes anywhere near his own tier 4s. Gets destroyed. Sumail is just trying to keep everybody else back once Crystallis does the objective Dota. Final tier 4 on half HP. Casual BKB picked up there for FPC in the end. As the Ancient is exposed, is there any possible way they could defend? Yep. The answer is no. As GG is called, the Team Secret take game number 1.
Very convincing. Very convincing. Yeah, Jim Park presents problems for them, but I gotta say Yamich with these saves on